Have you entered our giveaway with Looking Glass Gems? It's closing soon, so hop to our Instagram at the Pastie Tapes to enter now. Looking Glass Gems, beautiful, affordable crystal rhinestones. Shop lookingglassgems.com or live and in person at BurlyCon. This episode was brought to you with the support from listeners like you. Special thanks to superfan BFF level supporters Kyle H., the man with a hat, and Violet Passion. To support this podcast, join the Pastie Tapes fan club. Visit our website, thepastietapes.com, to join now.
Oh, hello! This is Blanche Debris, and you're listening to the Pastie Tapes, a burlesque podcast by Show My More, the steamiest Asian dumpling.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Pastie Tapes. I am your host, Show My More, the steamiest Asian dumpling, recording live from my closet in Chicago. My apartment is a total disaster. There are open suitcases everywhere. There's clothes everywhere. It's real bad. And that must mean one thing. It means I'm prepping for BurlyCon. And I guess this is my way of doing it, by destroying my apartment. I am so excited for this week. This is my favorite week of the year. I love BurlyCon. So I wanted to give you a mini episode where we just talk about BurlyCon. We have some dial-ins, some people asking questions. This will just be a mini episode to prep you for the big week. And if you want other ways to prep, I have interviews with frequent BurlyCon attendee Viola Vainglory. You've heard from Gidget Bardot, Miss Catwings, a true BurlyCon staple, and this year's legend guest of honor, Tiffany Carter. Definitely check out her episode and see her classes at BurlyCon. All right, let's jump into today's episode. I first had a ticket to BurlyCon in 2015. It was about a year or so in learning burlesque. I just moved from Nashville to Milwaukee, and I was like, cool, this is how I'm going to see my Nashville people again. We'll just reconvene in Seattle. And then I had to have emergency surgery on my throat. Then I couldn't go because I was in the hospital. I was able to attend finally in 2017, and that BurlyCon 2017 is a major part of my burlesque origin story. Everything from dancing with Kitty Kapow in Lola Frost's class to that really wonderful, powerful, magical moment where an auditorium or a ballroom, a ballroom full of people is yelling at me, specifically me, to do the thing. Wild. If you were there, it was wild. Maybe if I have my own episode ever, we'll get into that. But yeah, without BurlyCon, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be sitting on the floor of my closet talking about BurlyCon, right? I went in 2017, and I just remember, having a lot of self-doubt and being like, oh no, what am I doing here? I haven't even debuted. This isn't the spot for me. And also thinking, why did I pick the name Show My More? This is really stupid. No one can spell it. No one can find me on the internet. This is too hard. Everyone's calling me Show Me. What's going on? Why didn't I pick this name instead? And, eventually I snapped out of it and was just like, nah, I'm here. I'm allowed to be Show My More. But yeah, I had an incredible time in 2017. And without that, I don't know what Show My More would look like today, 2 years later. I went again in 2018. That year, I treated BurlyCon a lot differently. I think I had a lot more confidence, a lot more swagger for sure. I had debuted at that point and done a handful of festivals at that point as well, and a lot of travel in that first kind of 6 months since debuting. And I did peer reviews. I did the dumpling at peer reviews. I think the next night, or maybe Saturday night, I performed at the Pink Door. Then on Sunday night, I performed at the Sunday Night Sugar Shack. In 2017, I actually turned to chandeliers at Sugar Shack, and I was like, one day I'll be up there. And then in 2018, I did it. I did my orange number at Sugar Shack. So in 2018, I definitely treated BurlyCon differently. I performed almost every night that I was out in Seattle. And I think I stayed up till 4 a.m. every night, just hanging out with Loa de Boom Boom, or just being out. And that was exhausting, and everything I needed and wanted. And it was perfect. I love BurlyCon. I was talking about it with someone over the weekend, and they said something that was like, oh, well, like BurlyCon's just for like newbies. And that's definitely not true. I remember in 2017 being there and being like, oh no, like I'm too new. I shouldn't be here. And so it was funny, like hearing the other side of it of like, oh, I'm too like seasoned. I'm too old to be at BurlyCon. And I think that is total bullshit. I love education. And I think why I love BurlyCon so much is that it's at that cross of burlesque and education. And I firmly believe that there's something for all of us to learn all of the time. And BurlyCon is a beautiful place to do that. And yes, I understand, like, you know, it's expensive to get out there and all of that. But, you know, BurlyCon in itself is a wonderful thing. And being able to learn from great people is such a wonderful thing. And I really hope that that's something everyone who's listening takes advantage of, right? I really hope that BurlyCon is a thing that everyone considers and is able to attend one day in their sparkly career. Okay, let's jump into our first question. So our next call is from Lillian Bustle.
Hi, Shomai. It's Lillian Bustle calling from Jersey City. And I love the Pastie Tapes so much. I'm so excited about everything that you're doing. BurlyCon is coming up, and I am teaching a class which I'm very excited about called You Can Fight City Hall. And I have a bunch of resources for people. I think so many burlesque shows have been coming under fire from local lawmakers and stuff. It's been really, really a stressful couple of years, so I'm hoping to ease everybody's stress about that. My question is about food. Where's everybody eating? I haven't been to BurlyCon in like 3 or 4 years. And I know that there are a couple little restaurants nearby, but I just wondered if there were any recommendations or like any places that are worth taking an Uber to. And I do have one piece of advice for folks who are new to BurlyCon, and that is to bring a jacket to classes. One year I had the room that was literally the furthest from the conference rooms. It was on the top floor in the other wing, and it was all the way at the end of the hall. And it took me almost 15 minutes to walk back and get my jacket after I had waited in line for the elevator. And so I actually missed a class because I was cold. So I bring a light jacket. Layers are so important. And that's it. I'm really, really excited. I'm nervous as always because I have a hard time recognizing people's faces. But I'm about to go rhinestone my name on the back of a jacket. So hopefully that'll alleviate some of that for me. Anyway, I'm going to see you guys in Seattle. Bye.
Okay, Lillian, your advice to bring a jacket is so true. If you're going from a movement class and then you're going to sit in a lecture class, like it could get pretty dang cold in there, especially like as you're like, you know, just losing all of that heat from moving so much. A jacket is so important. I carry a little backpack with me that has like snacks and my notebooks and water and a sweatshirt just so that I could be prepared for the whole day. My room last year was down like the opposite side, like the really far walk. And so I didn't want to be like running back and forth. So I just carried everything with me. It's possible. It'll save you so much time and save you from stressing so much if you just carried a bunch of shit with you if you can. Okay, your question about food. Lots of people will do a Trader Joe's run. They'll take an Uber or split a Lyft or something. Usually keep your eye out on the BurlyCon message board for people who are about to go and, you know, have room in their car or whatever car they're taking. That's like a nice way to make sure that you have food and are not ordering delivery for every single meal. Otherwise, there are restaurants nearby. There's L&L, which is a Hawaiian barbecue place. There's 13 Coins, which I think is 24 hours. Maybe I made that up. And there's a Denny's around there. There's some stuff within walking distance. And then, of course, you have like all the food delivery systems. Oh, there's also a Seafood City, which I think the hotel shuttle will bring you to? Maybe, question mark. Seafood City is a Filipino grocery store. It's in the mall that is close-ish, but not really, to the hotel, and there's a Jollibee in it. So if you want to hang out with me and get Filipino fried chicken, my phone number is 1530-PASTIES. Please text me and let's go. Thanks, Lillian. Next is a dial-in from Violet Passion.
Hi, Shomai. It's Violet Passion. And first off, I just wanted to say I love your podcast. And I just also love seeing all the things you do and all of the wonderful adventures that you've been able to go on. It's just inspiring. And I just wanted to wish you continued success and yes, just all of the good things. So BurlyCon is coming up and I am so excited. This will be my third year going, and what's even more great is I'll be going with the burlesque troupe I'm a part of, the Cigarette Girls. The first year I went, it was a whirlwind of emotions. Second year was the same. I feel like BurlyCon just blows my mind and has such a wealth of information for performers of all kinds to just learn from, and the connections that you get to make with other people that, you know, you get to meet at BurlyCon is just, wow. It's a beautiful thing to see performers from all over coming and gathering and just wanting to learn. And I love it. So one of the things that I have found helpful for me is looking over the class schedules and also asking myself, what kind of intention do I want to go into BurlyCon with? Do I want to learn more like movements or character development? Because they have so much there to offer. So I think just going in kind of with an idea of what you would like to learn or areas that you would like more help in is really great. And I also suggest keeping hydrated because you're moving a lot, and especially if you're doing a lot of movement classes, maybe some emergency because you're going like up early so you can get to those morning classes. And then you have the evening events, which are always so fun and you just always a good time. Yes. So you want to make the evening ones. And then also, in terms of health, knowing it's okay to not go to everything. Sometimes you just need a break. Sometimes a mental break or a physical break where you have to kind of remove yourself from all of the different energies that are at BurlyCon. And that's totally fine. I felt last year was my first time learning that one because I was just trying to be everywhere, and it was just like not working out. And then I was feeling overwhelmed and I was like, wait, stop, breathe. And like, okay, let's refocus. What are our goals? What do we want to do? And then just have fun. And because there's plenty of chances for it. Also, I feel like taking time to go to the peer reviews is really great and really helpful to see, and to see what your other performers are doing and the ones who are giving feedback, because there's a way to like take that and just like keep that in mind whenever you're also creating your acts. Go in and just set your goals and your intentions for the duration of BurlyCon and take that time for yourself and have a good time. And I look forward to seeing those who are there.
Thanks so much, Violet. I am so excited to see you. Violet is one of the first people I met at BurlyCon in 2017, and I totally adore her. Okay, this is a text to the Pastie Tapes hotline that I'll be reading. Yes, you can text the Pastie Tapes hotline. That's a thing, especially if you don't like leaving voicemails. You can always text me. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read this. Hello, this is Robin Swing with a few BurlyCon thoughts. Number 1, pace yourself. You don't need to do a class at every single time slot or go to every single event or dress up to your most fabulous self if you do attend all events. You'll be loved just as you are. Fun fact, I'm sitting next to a super fancy Queen Inga in leggings and a hoodie in the class photo from last year. I regret nothing. It's very hard to keep taking it all in if you burn out. You absolutely still get your money and time's worth if you take breaks. You might even get more out of it in the long run. Point 2. Snack attack. The hotel has a sad amount of food options nearby. Food places will absolutely deliver to your room, but it does get expensive. There's also a mall pretty nearby via Uber with lots of restaurants, but that can add up quick. Bringing at least some snacks with you is awesome. Even more awesome is finding a way to go to a Trader Joe's or some other grocer for some room food when you arrive. If you post on the BurlyCon message board, you can usually find someone going. Worst case, there's a convenience store behind this convention center. Slurpees ahoy! Point 3. Vending magic. There are seriously fantastic things in vending. I found amazing brands here I didn't even know existed and phenomenal pieces to include in my current and future acts. One-off unique pieces will go quick. Cash is king to help offset transaction fees when possible. Point 4. Daily goals. I like to set little manageable goals for myself each day, like talk to 2 new people or attend one class that sounds scary to me. I feel bomb when I've achieved these things and I know I've made growth too. Point 5. Party smartly. Friends, BurlyCon can get wild, but doesn't have to be out of control. Be aware of your limits. Drink water, eat food, pay attention to your substance consumption. Have fun with it, but don't wreck yourself because you'll miss out on so much if you do. Thanks, Robin. These are all excellent points. Definitely pace yourself. That's a good one. I think last year, since I performed so much, I, snuck away from one of the class time slots like each day and just let myself be in the room when my roommates weren't there and have some quiet time alone to myself. That was super important, especially as someone like as social as I am. I needed that time to recharge. Absolutely drink water. I cannot emphasize that enough. There are going to be water bottle filling stations everywhere. Please drink water, eat something. Do not fuss about doing your hair and makeup. I'm going to be comfy. So please, come to learn. Robin, thank you so much for these. Your daily goal thing is so smart. I usually think about like goals for the whole convention. Like I really want to work on, stage presence and take all of those classes. But breaking it up into small, manageable, very doable and tangible goals makes so much more sense. Thank you so much, Robin. I will see you soon. All right, let's close out with a quick dial-in from Vanessa Chevelle.
Hi, Shomai. This is Vanessa Chevelle from Richmond, Virginia, a whole lot more than you've bargained for. My BurlyCon tip for your hotline is do not be afraid to take naps. It can be really exhausting trying to do all the things at BurlyCon and learn all the things and meet all the people, but sometimes your body needs to rest. And it's better to do that when you're prepared than to push and then have to conk out at the very end. So that would be my tip, which is to take naps and rest and listen to your body the best that you can.
See, naps are important. Do it if you need to. As someone who is probably narcoleptic, I'm probably going to fall asleep at some point, and that means I really need to go and take a nap or just fall asleep in the middle of a dance class. Who knows? Thanks, Vanessa. I will miss you this year so much. Okay, that's basically it for our BurlyCon-centric episode. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble. If you're going to be at BurlyCon and you see me, please say hello. Please mention the podcast. I do have a special gift for you if you find me. I'll have them on me. If you have one of the Target leopard print jumpsuits, we will be taking a group photo outside of Mercer at 6:30-ish on Thursday. Mercer, 6:30-ish, Thursday. Be there. Bring your leopard jumpsuit. If you're buying one off of me, I literally have a carry-on suitcase just with jumpsuits in them. So let's do it. You can catch me at BurlyCon all weekend long. I will be teaching twice. I'll be teaching at BurlyCon for the first time ever this year, and I'm teaching twice. You can catch my workshop, Cooler on the Internet, Thursday at 5:30, and on Friday morning at 8:30, I'll be leading a Burly lab called Social Media in Your Sleep. If you want to have some internet fun with me, catch one or both of my workshops, I would love to see you in them. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Pastie Tapes. Please hit that subscribe button, tell all your friends about it, and leave 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. I also absolutely want to hear from you, so leave me a voicemail or a text on the Pastie Tapes hotline. That is 1-530-PASTIES, 1-530-727-8437, or you can always send an email to thepastietapes@gmail.com. If you want to join the Pastie Tapes fan club, visit thepastietapes.com, and I will send you a care package with so much adorable merch and my undying love. Special thanks to superfan BFF level supporters Kyle H., the man with the hat, and Violet Passion. Extra thanks to Tony Tabasco, Kits and Sass, Rosalie Bloom, Fufu Kaboom, Big Moody Judy, Margot Royale, and KK. Also some love to Kitty LaRoyal, Aria De La Noche, Betty Beware, Dixie Disaster, Cece Bombay, and Mother Girth. You can find me, Show My More, across the internet at Show My More. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Pastie Tapes, and I will talk to you soon.
You have been listening to the Pastie Tapes, a burlesque podcast by Show My More, the steamiest Asian dumpling. This is Blanche Debris saying thanks for listening, and see you later, ducklings.
Okay, they're here. My pins are here. They're wonderful. They are designed by Blues Chicken. If you want to check them out, they are on my Instagram at Show My More. And you can buy one off of me in person whenever we cross paths, or you can slide into my DMs and I'll give you my payment info and I'll mail one out to you. I am traveling across the Midwest this winter. I am performing in Chicago November 1st at the Newport Theater in Le Chic Showcase by the Chicago Academy of Burlesque. On November 15th, I will be in Columbia, Missouri at the Blue Note with The Best of Show Me by Lola Van Ella. On the 16th, I'll be performing at the Monocle in St. Louis with Flavor of the Month, a holiday potluck by Lola Van Ella. On the 22nd, I'll be in Blackheart's Burlesque in Minneapolis. And on the 23rd, I'll be in Take It Off, a fat burlesque review at Poorhouse, also in Minneapolis. If you want to catch up with me, again, find me across the internet at Show My More or visit my website, showmymore.com. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Pastie Tapes. I do not work for BurlyCon. I am a BurlyCon benefactor, though. We will be back with a fresh episode of the Pastie Tapes in a couple weeks. Next week? I don't know. Let's see how I feel. But thank you so much for listening, and I will talk with you soon.